30th Devotional Thoughts for Women, written by Monica Diaz, read by Belinda Sainsbury. Good morning, dear friends. Today, July 10th, our devotional is entitled, We Have to Read. Reading is to the mind what exercise is to the body. Joseph Addison. Alexander the Great was the son of two famous individuals, King Philip II of Macedon and Queen Olympias. From a young age, he was educated for the throne, and he had the best professor in Greek, Aristotle, who had been taught by Plato. While still young, Alexander one day asked to see the philosopher Diogenes, who lived in the streets in a barrel. Normally, people would be the ones to go visit the aristocrats, not the other way around. But Diogenes was not common. If Alexander wanted to meet him, he would have to come visit him in person, and so he did. When Alexander arrived, he kindly asked, "What can I do for you, Diogenes?" "Move over, you're blocking my view of the sun," the philosopher replied. Anyone in Alexander the Great's shoes would have gotten mad. However, he said, "If I were not Alexander, I would like to have been Diogenes." He was able to see the greatness of someone who is not imprisoned by social conventionalisms, the wisdom of one who prioritizes simple things. How did a man such as Alexander the Great come to think that way? Above all, it was the fact that he was a great reader. Reading was key in shaping his character. It's known that in his travels, Alexander carried an Iliad annotated by Aristotle. While he was away from his teacher, he read literature with instruction as how to interpret reality and on what to base his behavior. The constant search for knowledge and reflection through reading refined his thinking. That's how a man who conquered city also had tools to learn to conquer himself. Can you imagine how much our thinking can be refined by reading the Bible, where the words of the greatest teacher who ever lived can be found? Ignacio Morgado Bernal, an expert in psychobiology, affirms, "Of all the intellectual activities to improve mental abilities, reading is the best." Reading is one of the best possible exercises to keep the brain in shape because it requires putting into play a large number of mental processes, including perception, memory, and reasoning. Reasoning on the content, that semantics of what you read, activates the frontal cortex. And as you know, the prefrontal cortex is the part of our brain in charge of controlling our behavior, will, and cognitive abilities, all of which is closely linked to experiencing religion. We need that part of the brain to be very well activated. Happy is the one who reads this book, and happy are those who listen to the words of this prophetic message. Revelation chapter 1 and verse 3.